Hello there and welcome to day number 5 of our 15-day video diary entry. Today we are going to be exploring around St. Kitts and Nevis.
Beautiful island, and this is the reason that we go up on the top deck early morning. We had the most beautiful sunrise and the trip into the port was really pretty, so we thought we'd just show you a little bit of that this morning. But then it was early breakfast because
we had to be out and ready for our trip.
we were doing today Essential St. Kitts with Fairview, and we paid £45 each.
That's good, that is, I think.
Yeah, and it's a 4-hour trip, so I thought it was a pretty reasonable.
Considering what we did on that trip for £45, I think it was good value.
Yeah, so we had an early start, and I know we were a bit nervous, weren't we, at the start because of the transport the previous trip we'd done.
Yeah.
But fortunately, it was like a mini coach, and the seating was fine. I can't remember the name of the guide.
I can't, but if I remember, the seating was more than fine. There was air conditioning. It was really, really nice on that coach.
Yeah, it was comfy and plenty of room.
And it wasn't massive. There was only like a limited amount of us on that coach, so it wasn't like a coach. It was more like a minibus.
It was great.
Okay, so our first stop was a place called Fairview House. Now, when we first approached this house, I was actually taken aback because it was that beautiful.
Oh, it's just that typical old colonial style house. Yeah. And it looked so pretty, didn't it?
So beautiful.
And it stood in the grounds of Botanical Gardens, so that made it even prettier.
And you can tell it was had real value on the island because, am I right in saying that, was it Diana or was it Charles and Diana that stayed there?
Yeah, I think they have stayed there in the past.
Yeah.
And of course, the first thing we did when we got there, we were told how much time we had there. And if you remember, we walked up to the manor and there was a beautiful open bar, wasn't there?
It was.
Like But we didn't have a drink there, though.
No, we didn't, because if I remember rightly, I was like taken aback by the swimming pool, because there's a swimming pool behind the bar. And I was thinking to myself, this is the place where the royals have swum. They swum in this swimming pool that I'm looking at right now. Crazy.
You're fixated on that.
Yeah.
But we started with a little tour where they gave us some history of the history of the house. And then we were just free to go off and look around ourselves, it was really interesting, wasn't it?
Well, I did more than look around, didn't I?
Oh, we in the house, there was a really old piano. But surprisingly, you'd expect to see a sign saying, "Do not touch." But this piano had a sign saying, "Play me."
So I did.
You even sang a little bit. Not enough though, but you sang a little bit.
But anyway, after the main act, we were free to roam around the house and check it out.
Yeah, there was. Remember we went past the cook's kitchen and there was a cookery demonstration on in there.
Yep.
So we didn't get to see that, but it did smell nice. Yeah. And then of course there was an exhibition about slavery, but that's probably a past that we don't want to go into. We're not proud of, are we?
No, but then if you remember, they also had the herb gardens. Were they herb gardens or botanical gardens? There was something, but there was a lot of lovely plants and fruit trees and that sort of stuff going on there, and that was quite pretty.
And remember the volcanic stone bath, 5 foot deep, and there was no drains or pipes
in the basement.
And they used to fill it and then they'd heat it by they'd put hot stones out in the sun, and then they would then place those in the bottom of the bath and it would be warm.
Mr. History here. So we loved the manor house and the estate. It was beautiful. I remember especially going into the main bedroom and walking along the balcony. That was beautiful. Four-poster. But then we had to walk back, unfortunately, and leave that area to our bus onto the next stop, which the next stop was Romney Manor. And I remember on the way to Romney Manor, we passed some ruins of a rummery, rum distillery there, and I thought that was not on that island, but all accounts it was on that island. Yeah. And then off to Romney Manor.
Yeah, Romney Manor was our next stop, and that is a 17th century house. And it was really colourful, wasn't it? A beautiful looking house.
They did that thing there, and I can't remember what it was. Like when they dye, it's almost like tie-dye. It's got a name, and I can't remember what it is, and it's really famous for that area. Beautiful, beautiful garments and fabrics that they were creating.
Yeah, beautiful. And I remember of the house, the timber top, they've had nothing but trouble with it over the years. It's been destroyed by hurricanes, fire, termites. So it's constantly had to be repaired, but it's looking good at the moment.
Well, talking of bugs, I remember going to the toilet and screaming because there was something on the floor. I don't know what it was, what sort of bug or cockroach. And the woman that was coming out, because it was like a mixed entrance, just started laughing because I screamed. I proper screamed. I didn't like it.
Typical. Mm-hmm. But it was a lovely house. The clothing in the shop, it was so colourful.
It was. But it wasn't just clothing they sold. They sold that soap that smelled absolutely insanely nice. It was lush.
Yeah, it was, all in all, it was a lovely visit as well. Not as grand as...
But can I just quickly say, though,
the other one?
We've forgotten on how beautiful, and I'm surprised I mentioned it because you were besotted, that tree and the gardens at the front. Oh, my God. I'm pretty sure
I've never seen a tree like it.
It was absolutely beautiful.
Hopefully, it'll be playing now, but I've never seen a tree like it. I was fascinated by it.
Stunning. And then back to the coach, I'm afraid, after that little expedition around Romney Manor, and off to...
Brimstone Hill Fort.
Now, I thought that we'd seen the two best bits. I thought that was it. You know, I wasn't really looking forward to the fort because once you've seen one fort, you've seen them all. But oh my God, it was
amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was on a vantage point on top of a hill. It was like quite a flat island, wasn't it? But they had this one hill.
Yeah, there are some hills though.
Oh my! It was just
quite
like
dramatic.
It looked like Hawaii. It was beautiful, stunning. I loved it.
The view from there, amazing.
Do you remember that?
But anyway, let's talk about,
Yep.
Because when you get there,
Yep.
If you've got sort of mobility issues, you do have to climb a little bit to get to the top of the fort.
More than a little bit. It's quite a long way up.
I made it though.
But just saying that though, you don't have to go to the top bit because the fort spans the top bit, the middle bit, and the bottom bit. There's so many parts to it, so you can have a little look around.
When you go back down, you can go across to what used to be the old officers' quarters.
Yeah. Was there an infirmary over that way as well? I'm not sure. No, that was further down. That was where those special animals were.
Yeah, that was where you enter and come in. But yeah, no, it was the officers' quarters. But from there, we had the most amazing view, didn't we?
We did.
The monkeys were out to play.
They were, and the baby monkeys. I mean, I was going to keep my distance because I've seen these videos of them pinching stuff, but they were absolutely beautiful. Watching them play, it was just stunning.
It was from a bit of a distance, and we did try and get closer, but they were gone.
They were gone.
Yeah, they were too busy playing. They were loving life.
Yeah, cheeky little monkeys.
Right, after we'd been to the fort, it took us about an hour to get back to port. The driver and guide was brilliant. And as I say, the transport was really good. But when we got back, we thought we'd have a little look around the port. The port is really colourful and there's a lot going on there. And also, we've got to mention at the beginning, if you haven't booked a trip, there are vendors as you walk through. There's a big yellow arch that you walk through as you get into the port. And there are vendors there that are looking for, and obviously selling trips. I think Wi-Fi was available there, but I think we soon learned that it was a common theme that
wasn't the best.
No, Wi-Fi was very poor at more or less every port we went to.
Can I quickly say though, if I remember rightly, was this one of the ports when we came into the shopping area? They were trying to sell us stuff straight away.
Yeah,
like
it was
trips and stuff.
Yeah,
bit overwhelming, but like I say, stick with your guns. Book on the Marella app and or the Marella ship, and you should be fine. Okay, so back to the ship now and getting ready for our dinner that evening. I think that evening we went to Vista. And of course, I had the steak because the steak is my go-to whenever we're at Vista. If it's on the menu, I'm having it. So I had the steak. What did you have? I can't remember.
Well, for starters, I had chicken liver.
The pate.
And that was with ciabatta. Toasted ciabatta.
Again, if I remember, quite a lot.
Yeah, it was lovely though. And then I had the steak because we do love our steak there. And we'll put a quick look of the menu for that night. So keep an eye out for this menu if you're sailing on the ship.
But I can't remember when we went after that. We usually have a drink before the show.
Yeah, the show was Rock Rebel. So what did you think of it, Dave?
Well, you know I love rock. Rock is my music, so of course I loved it. I thought, again, really good costumes, really great music.
It's quite gritty and edgy, wasn't it, I thought?
Yeah, especially that one singer who I've just become besotted with, that female one. Her voice is just so like, I love it.
I loved her energy as well.
Yeah,
that one singer, I don't know whether it's the same one that you're on about, but she put so much.
I love Charlotte, but I can't remember her name. She was really good.
Charlotte was very good.
But by the by, it was a fantastic show again. And once the show was over...
Well, we'll show them a little medley first.
Yeah, so a medley. So the theatre show was fantastic, but we now needed to go and find ourselves a drink, which we chose tonight. Not the Summer House. We chose the Arts House for a change, where we saw the Journeymen.
Yeah, it was the first time we'd seen the Journeymen, and again they were another brilliant band.
His voice was amazing.
Oh, yeah, he had that.
But didn't he on this night have a cold or something? But he still sounded amazing. Yeah, he still sounded amazing, but he had that gruffy.
Yeah, that gruff voice. Yeah, which was quite good. But he got a cold, so it was gruffier.
Yeah, it was
gruffier. Is that a word?
Well, it can be.
It was gruff.
Can be from now.
Now the electric rooms. I love the electric rooms. It's all neon signs and it's brilliant. I loved it.
I loved it too, but I can't remember much about it because I was drunk. And...
Well, let me refresh your memory then, because I think I might have a few videos.
I might have traveled.
Let's go. Come on. Let's get this electric disco. We're on the floor though.
This is the place to be, the electric room.
For anybody who's watching at home, please, we do not condone drinking. It was a one-off. We don't drink often, but I did enjoy myself that night.
Well, just occasionally. We go a little bit over.
I did. And it was great because if I remember rightly, on this occasion, there was a lot of the showcast there.
Yes, the showcast, the band. I think two of the members of the of Journeymen were there, the drummer and the guitarist.
Yeah, and we got to know him.
Yeah, we got to know him. And Sean was there, who is the main dancer in the show team. And he was there, and you thought you'd try and show him a few moves, didn't you, Dave?
But I didn't. Sean showed me some moves. To be fair, Sean is a cracking dancer. I mean, he would do flips and all sorts on stage.
And I didn't need to be shown any moves because I've got my own.
No, but it was a fantastic night. Thoroughly loved it. And to be fair, if you're going to go on the ship, make sure you take some time to go to the electric rooms.
And, of course, we have got another night coming up in the electric rooms, which was the silent disco.
Oh, yeah.
Wait till you see that.
So, of course, every great night must come to an end. So it was about that time when we went back to our room.
Stumbled back to our room.
Probably fell, yeah. Surprised we made it, to be fair. Back to the room for our sleep, to wake up tomorrow to go to...
Yeah, day 6 is Antigua.
So make sure you stay tuned for that, guys.
Remember, we've got another excursion to Nelson's Dockyard. And, of course, the big one to show everybody tomorrow is the one that we get so excited about. We are going to the Exchange tomorrow to see a show called The Lock-In. So you cannot miss that because it is incredible.
You will love it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you try and pop a comment down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't before for future content. And we will have a fantastic video for you coming up on day number 6.
Take care, everyone. Bye.